You already know what it is. It's the Kid Billionaire B. Yo, we are back in Atlanta, Georgia. Had to bring y'all another video back with the one and only, the man himself, the Don Dada, Mr. Terrion Whitlock. What you gotta say to people, fam?
Listen, it's your boy Terrion Whitlock, Client Success Manager, ESC alumni. Listen, sales rep for the company, right-hand man, room 612 event space owner. We got the #1 event space in Douglasville, Georgia. Holla at your boy.
Yo, that's no cap, no kizzy. You already know what it is, man. Y'all can find my man on internet. He is bona fide. But we had to bring y'all back to the venue one more time because, of course, first and foremost, another gorgeous setup. You know what I'm saying? Another absolutely beautiful setup.
So let me just say this. Shout out to the setup team.
Shout out setup team.
Shout out to the setup team.
Shout out setup team.
I did like 10%. Like, it's a setup team for sure.
So, I mean, we definitely want to go into those mechanics real quick because I know last time we really broke down the fundamentals and things like that. Kind of like as an event space owner, what's it like getting into things like that? But I think we can now kind of have a higher level conversation for all those who's tapping in for the second time and whatnot to kind of see what really goes on. Maybe focus more on the rentals and the setup, things like that.
Yeah.
And then, of course, tap in a little bit more in your story and just kind of show what brought you to this point.
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's go.
Yeah.
So first and foremost, shout out again the setup team. This is absolutely gorgeous. So obviously you got different packages and whatnot. Which is this like your most popular package or how does that work?
Yeah, this is actually our core offer package. Is our most popular package. Basically where people will come in and say, hey, I don't want all the bells and whistles, but I want it to be fancy. Boom, this is what you'll get.
This is crazy.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not gonna lie, like if I was to walk in here, and this is the biggest thing, you know, I'm gonna save it up for another time, but this is the biggest thing. When people walk into your venue, they need to see stuff like this. Yo, literally, shout out Miss Asia Roberts, you know what I'm saying? We was at her venue in Brooklyn. Literally, we got to her venue, and y'all could check out that video on the YouTube channel, but literally we got to her venue, and it's like, just the venue. And then she's showing us the Instagram, and it's just like, yo, her work is outstanding.
Asia goes crazy.
And I'm just like, yo, you really need to showcase it. And this is exactly what we're talking about right here.
Yeah.
Where like literally if somebody walks in, you gotta remember a lot of people are not visionary people. They gotta see the whole entire setup. So we got the marquee numbers and everything like that. They get all of this.
They get all of this. So this is considered like a 3-tier backdrop right here because you get, of course, the 3 different arches. But literally, if one person just wanted this one backdrop, we can do that for them. Of course, we coordinate with colors. Setup team will paint. I had to come in here and do some touch-up paint. That was my 10%, right? Because I had to do some touch-up paint. And then, of course, I got my balloon specialist. Shout out to Novi. She comes in here and handles like all the balloons.
Went dummy.
Yeah.
I don't know who Novi is, but shout out Novi.
Yeah, Novi.
Shout out Novi.
Yeah.
This is gorgeous.
Yeah, Novi, my girl, been rocking with her since the beginning. She comes in here and she handles all of the balloons. So whatever the balloon, what I don't think I have to give her is the color.
Oh yeah.
And the theme.
And she goes dummy.
Dun dada. Yeah.
She goes dummy. This is fine. I remember, I'm not gonna lie, when your boy B used to do balloons, this is not easy work.
Yeah.
This is not easy work, y'all. To make this look this good, this is the work of a professional, for real.
Yeah.
For real. Come down over to the Tablescape.
Yep.
Tablescape goes dummy.
Yep.
So I booked, what's the name of the package?
This is the Pick a Date.
Pick a Date package.
Yeah, Pick a Date.
Simple, love it, right?
Yep.
This is a Pick a Date package. So with the Pick a Date package, do I get the balloons and the rentals?
Yeah. So Pick a Date package, as far as decor is concerned, you're gonna get a backdrop, right? So we gave them this backdrop we just sent them kind of like a mock-up. They chose this backdrop, and then she gave us the color scheme. What I did, because she's turning 80, so that's what the setup team messed up on. It's the 8, so
for real?
Yeah.
I don't think she gonna mind.
No, she will mind. So because she was turning 80, right? I was like, listen, I'm gonna make it special for you. You know what I'm saying? So we're doing a little extra splash for her. And then once you come to the table setting, we're gonna give her the standard centerpieces. She wanted a little flair.
This is standard?
No. She wanted a little
flair.
That's
standard. That's fire.
No. She wanted a little flair. She added a little bit to her package. So we upgraded her centerpieces.
Right.
So this is not standard centerpieces.
Oh wow. I was about to say this is nice. I ain't gonna lie. This is tough. Even down to the net. Like this is velvet.
There's a velvet. Yeah.
This is velvet. Okay, cool. Because I know a lot of times that people want to know, like in terms of like the mechanics of these things, right? So say for example, I walk through the door. I'm like, T, I want to Pick a Date package. How does it kind of look from like my idea or my deposit to coming up to something like this?
Yeah, absolutely. So basically, when you come in, we talk about, of course, date, how many guests, time slot, your budget, right? Then we come to the Pick a Date package. All right, cool. So I know scheme, theme, colors.
Okay.
That's all I need, right? We can make the rest of it happen. Now,
Wow.
if you want customization, give me a customization budget, right? You're gonna have to go up in budget. But if you want something just kind of standard plug and play, this is what the Pick a Day package is. We're gonna give you a backdrop, pedestals, balloons, marquees. The tables is gonna be standard chargers, centerpieces, and napkins.
Wow.
Right? So it's all gonna be color coordinated, and depending on whatever your theme is, that dictates what the color is. All right. And so from there, deposit in hand, we build the package, I send it to the setup team, done data.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. So virtually you, like you said, really only 10%.
Yeah, not only 10%. A lot of the times I'm here for my big packages. If it's a premium client, you know what I'm saying? Somebody give me 5, 10 bands, I'm showing up, right? Of course, I want to be a personal touch, right? It's the brand.
Right.
So I'm gonna be here for those personal packages most times. And then for setups, I'm rarely here. I may have to come in and do some modifications if I see something out of place, but I'm kind of rarely here on those situations.
So I think that's a really, really good point, because the fact of the matter is that you're not here and you've done what a lot of people have not been able to do, which is scale your business, right? A lot of times people have a business, but they're working more than a regular job and they're frankly not making as much, right? So talk to me real quick about the team that you've put in place, how you've trained them up, and how they are able to now autonomously set up beautiful packages like this with very, very little of your involvement.
So SOPs.
Okay.
So SOPs are really, really key. SOPs
are
standard operating procedures. So standard operating procedures basically means if I'm here, this is what this setup looks like. Step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, right?
Okay.
Boom. So in my SOP package that I give everyone that comes on the team, it's going to be videos, it's going to be photos.
Nice.
Right? So it's going to be a video of me setting the backdrop up. This is where the backdrop sits. This is how far off the wall it sits. It should be centered in this place,
Wow.
right?
So it's like a literal play-by-play.
It's a play-by-play. It's an SOP. It's dummy-proof. So like literally, my son can come in here and do it.
Wow.
Right? And so it's set up.
Yo, y'all gonna be getting a job real quick.
It's set up literally for my boys, you know what I'm saying? Like if they wanted to come in here and do a setup, they can come in here and do it. Same thing with the table setting. Centerpieces sit here, center of the table. We need this how many tables we need. This is how many chairs we need. This is how many charger plates, napkins. Napkins should be folded this way. The napkins are located here. When you finish with them, they go back here. This is the process for the wash and fold. It should be in this bag. This is the color bag. Everything is broken down. Boom, 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 boom.
Nice.
Right. And so I literally have minimum input on a lot of these packages because the setup team does such an amazing job.
Now, I guess just to really add another point to that, because obviously making that first hire or making those key hires are really, really difficult for a lot of those first-time business owners.
It's tough. Yeah, it's tough.
So I guess what was your selection process like? Or was there even a selection process?
Yeah. Great question. I think anytime like with hiring road, for me, it was a mental block for me because I had to get past giving someone else my business. You know what I'm saying? That was like a mental block. Like, nah, they're not gonna be able to do it as good as I'm gonna do it, right? So I had to get past that. The thing that helped me get past that was the SOP.
Okay.
Right? So it's gonna be some bumps and bruises, right? The first couple of setups they may not be to that level, right? Those are
they'll ask a lot of questions.
They may have a lot of questions, right? But those are opportunities to get better, right? And so I always take those opportunities like, bro, excellent job here. Next time, let's just do it like this, right? So that's one point. Second point is hiring is tough. You know what I'm saying? Hiring quality people is tough, right? And so I just really, really believe that when you have somebody good, like you show them that you love them, you show them that you care for them, and you pay them. You know what I'm saying? Like pay them, because if they make you sleep at night, if they help you sleep at night, like pay them. You know what I'm saying? Bonuses. I send birthday gift cards. You know what I'm saying? Like the whole 9, bro. So like my setup team is like, we're like a small family. And like I've had to fire a few of them, but the ones who I've kept who are really, really good, like I pay them.
Wow.
For sure.
Wow.
Yeah, because they make my job easier.
Oh, 100%, 100%. I mean, I could add to that. Like when I had my guys, Neil and Milton. Shout out Neil and Milton if y'all watching this video right now. Like, those are my guys, still friends to this day. Like especially like Neil, like this was his first job in this country.
I remember we talked about it.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And like he was with me until the point where I sold the company. That's like when you have somebody good, did, you don't let them go. You know, obviously, like, unless they get a great opportunity, and I'm not here to begrudge
nobody
you know
back.
what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
for
Like,
sure.
Milton went on, had a great job. We still keep in contact and stuff. Well, I haven't talked to him in a little bit, but still my guy. You know what I'm saying? But 100%, like, you got to make sure your people are good. 100%. That's real thing. Switching gears for a second real quick. So we were at the point where, all right, cool, I send the deposit, I pick a date, this and the third, I choose my selection process. Day of. How does that typically operate?
So
I want day of when you're here and when you're not here.
Right, 2 different setups.
100%.
Right, I was just about to go in that, 2 different setups. So let's just say a person didn't get to pick a date, right? They got a standard package, right? Standard package, they want the event venue, maybe some tables, chairs, and some linen, right? Day of, 24 hours before, actually, they're receiving email. Email will have all necessary instructions, SOPs, videos, the whole 9 details. This is what we want it to look like when we leave. This is what it looks like before you got it, the whole 9, like it's detailed, right? Any questions, comments, concerns, any questions are in these videos, in this email that the customer receives 24 hours in advance, right? And so that email includes a code. That code is to the back door, right? So they come in, they put the code in, they literally come in, turn the lights on, setup is done for them.
Wow. Oh, so they let themselves in.
They let themselves in.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, they let themselves in. And here's the reason why, right? I found out that when I was here, when we first started out, or if I had a setup person here, even if they didn't have a question, they're going to ask you to do something.
100%.
You know what I'm saying? They're going to ask you to do something. Oh, this is nice. This is perfect. Can we get one more table? You know what I'm saying?
I can attest to
this. This centerpiece is beautiful. I would love it if we can just get 2 more vases over here, right? All the extra stuff, right? So what I was just like, you know what? You go in, you get settled, and then if you have any questions for a basic setup, you can call us. We always have somebody available. For a major setup, we come in about 30 minutes prior. We come in about 30 minutes prior to the event start, and then we're here for a total of an hour. So if anything catastrophic happens, table breaks, something is not functioning, light bulb doesn't work, you got that hour.
Wow.
You got that hour. You know what I'm saying? And then my security is here throughout the end of the night.
Wow.
Yep.
You are definitely more, you're definitely, I remember when I was doing it, literally, I had an event attendant from the time that their time started to the time, but here's the difference, right? Here's the difference. I don't want to be bothered.
Yeah, no, for sure.
For me, like, I did not, I guess it's more so because, like, I ran so many venues at the same time. So the chances of something coming up were a lot higher.
Yeah, it's a lot higher, yeah.
So when you have like 5-6 events going on at the same time, it's like somebody gonna need something.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? And then especially at the volume, like we were doing like 40-50 events a month. So it's like, all right, cool. And it's also, I think a lot of times people don't realize, especially, and these are all business things. Like
for sure.
I don't want anybody to look at this like, oh my God, that's so much. Like these are things that are gonna come up regardless.
Regardless,
like,
it will happen.
Any business, like,
it will
always have fires that you gotta put out,
Yep.
right? But like sometimes, say for example, like you walk in and like, you know, they're short a table, or you know, they're short a garbage can, or maybe they're like somebody didn't clean the cooler properly. That's why for me, like I don't want those. I don't want to know. There's an event attendant there. John is there. Speak to John.
Yeah, they handle it.
John can handle it. And then people like that because you're like 100%, like you said. Like if you have somebody there, they're gonna come up with 1.5 times more questions.
For sure.
Right?
For sure.
But it's just like me personally. Like I guess for me, it was more so just like I don't want the experience to even change at all or anything like that because I couldn't get to the phone fast.
And like
enough.
I say, you know, for those premium package, we do have somebody here 30 minutes prior to the event, but we only give them like an hour. You know what I'm saying? Of that for that person because right behind that security comes.
Yeah, makes sense.
You know what I'm saying? So I got somebody here throughout the duration of the night for every event. Security is going to be here for every event. 80th birthday party, 90th, somebody turned 100, we got security. I don't care what's going on. We got security at every event. So yeah, for sure.
Yeah, talk about the importance of security because I feel like a lot of people don't realize.
So the biggest thing for me with security is I want to be able to sleep peacefully at night. Like, so I know my venue holds about 100, 120 people. There is a chance if alcohol is involved, if, you know what I'm saying, uninvited guests show up, right? Something will happen. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when, right? I don't want to be disturbed. So I hire police officers, I hire sheriff, a Douglas County sheriffs, and my actual head of security is a Douglas County sheriff. So she knows, like, don't call me unless it's like on fire. Like call 911, call backup, like call, you know what I'm saying, whoever. Don't call me, handle it. Number one. Number two is anytime alcohol is involved, things can go left field, right? Anytime we have evening events, things can go left field. I always think about uninvited guests. We got a baby shower, baby mama number 2 show up. You know what I'm saying? Security is here. Escort them out immediately. Like, no questions asked. Don't ask me, don't ask them. Escort them out. I want to be able to sleep. Yeah, I want to be able to sleep peacefully. And to that point, I have SOPs for my security guards too.
100%.
You know what I'm saying? When they walk in, you greet the guests. You know what I'm saying? You make a presence. You circle the building. You must be in plain uniform. It must say security, police, gun. It must be present. All these
Can't
things.
be out here in denim jeans.
No,
like,
no. You cannot.
I've had so many I've literally had to fire security companies for that, because it's just like the guest would call me and they're just like, yo, there's this random guy just standing in the front, and I'm like, can you send me a picture of him? She's like, shh. Oh, that's my security. She's like, oh, he didn't say nothing. I'm like, he didn't say nothing.
Yeah.
So now same thing. Even security. It's like, yeah, you might know your security job, but this is how to work for 612.
Exactly.
This is how to work for BK Event Space.
Exactly.
This is what I need you to do. This is what you're wearing.
Yep.
This is what you say.
Yep.
This is how you close out.
Absolutely.
This is what's required.
Yep.
And this is what to do in a situation like that handled.
100%.
So people really, and which is also why we give all this stuff in Event Space Elite.
100%.
Because it's just like a lot of times as a new Event Space owner, you don't know. You don't know what the SOP is supposed to look like for a housekeeper, or for a rental team, or for a security team, or for a VA, or for a manager, or for an open house attendant. Like, people always talk about, I want to automate my business. A lot of times people don't realize what automating means.
Yeah.
You gotta put, like, it's a service-based business. How do you scale service-based people? Service-based businesses, culture and training. You have to build a culture, you have to train them. And that's why it's so important. You really gotta have the SOPs and things like that. But shout out Roadmap.
Shout out to the Roadmap.
Shout out Roadmap.
Shout out to the Roadmap.
We got in the Roadmap too.
Yeah.
One of the biggest things that I also want to address real quick before we kind of like wrap up this video is that you've put a lot of nice touches on this thing that make people, like, I think a lot of people think when they're getting into a venue that they got to put all the bells and whistles, right? Like, they got to come and drop 60, 70, 100 grand. And I know personally venues that have dropped that kind of money and have had to shut their doors.
Yeah.
Which is crazy, but, you know, and take ESC. So I can't speak on that. You know what I'm saying? But like, you have nice pieces where it's like you have a nice chandelier, you have a projector, you have the rentals and whatnot. What do you feel has been the biggest game changer for you in your success?
The rentals.
The rentals?
The rentals, hands down, the rentals. The rentals have been hands down the biggest game changer as far as the amount of trips that we can take.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? For me, Quita and the boys. I would just say this. The space, cool. People come in here, they want the space, they like it, they walk in, they like, oh, it's nice, it's this, it's that. But when you add on this for $2,000, that for $3,000, give me that for $800, like, that takes that $1,200 or that takes that $2,000 weekend to an $8,000 weekend.
100%.
You know what I'm saying? Or a $10,000 weekend. It's 100%. A game changer. So the rentals have been hands down the game changer for me, because the rentals have allowed me to reinvest back into the space, because the space didn't look like this when we first got it. You know what I'm saying? It didn't look like this. We had to keep reinvesting. The rentals help do that.
Yeah.
Right. So, you know what I'm saying? We paint quarterly. That come out of the rental budget. You know what I'm saying? We got to paint the marquees every so often. That come out of the rental budget. We have to buy more rentals. That comes out of the rental budget. You know what I'm saying? We have to replace certain things that get broken around here. That comes out of the rental budget. So the rentals have been hands down game changer for us.
Yeah, just to add a point to that before we wrap up, like, literally, if you are getting into this event space business, I'm gonna be very, very honest with you. Like, you can have the prettiest, most perfect venue in the world. I'm letting you know right now, you will be squashed by somebody who just offers rentals and decor. They will have higher margins, they will have more upsells. It's like Amazon versus a deli. Like, it's a whole different ball game, because if all you have to do is negotiate on the space, it's not enough. Somebody gonna come behind you with them rentals and the decor and go absolutely crazy. But yo, before we wrap up, my guy, what do you got to say to the people them? You know what I'm saying? Let them know where you at.
Listen.
Instagram, all that good stuff.
All right, it's your boy Terrion Whitlock, co-owner, shout out to Quita, co-owner of Room 612 Event Center. We have the #1 event center here in Douglasville, Georgia. Listen, if you have questions, comments, concerns, any of that stuff, DM me, Instagram, at Room 612. Check out some of the footage, check out some of the videos. Listen, we right here, Fathom Road, 2177 Fathom Road, Douglasville, Georgia. Holla at your boy.
Let's go. You already know what it is. Kid Billionaire B. Let's get it.